Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
All right, welcome to the Guru and Griffiths show. I think we might call it, guys. We're going to do a couple of these and try and get you people ramped up to get activated and get doing what Australia needs to do. So, g'day, Mick. How you going, buddy?
Good. I just watched you. I just got infected by your viral video. 15 million views. I've just put that the left are going to need a vaccine against you because we're just proving the old white males can go viral.
Yeah, there you go.
COVID, buddy.
White boy can dance, man. White boy can dance.
What a video, though. So obviously the Trump guy was trying to vote and the other guys just attacked him because he was voting for Trump.
Yeah, as soon as they see who he was waiting for, it looks like they just lined him up. And, yeah, I didn't expect it to do that. But anyway, it did. I just put another one out of Rosie's, which will bring this in, guys. Well, let's whack it in now and have a look at this. This is what we're up against, people. This is what me and Mick are coming together tonight to talk to you about.
No, moving to the side.
Excuse me, can you leave? This is public land.
No idea what you're doing, right? No idea. So what I'm saying, you guys, under the Public Spaces Act, you're removing it and putting it to the side.
Who's paying you? We're paying you, pal. You know that. You're the taxpayer here. Huh? God, what are you trying to do? Hey.
Have you got a brain in your head?
Oh, he hasn't got any brain at all, this guy.
Hey, guys, you can remove them all, or I'll remove them all.
No, we're not removing them.
That's what we're up against, Mick. That's Rosie at Collaroy Beach, mate, this morning.
Yeah.
Now, I put that out, guys. That's had 20.5 thousand hits in about 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
So,
that guy will suffer because that happened to me in Mildura. They sent a gorilla to start taking them out. And we started filming him. And I was saying, mate, you're going to go uber viral, buddy. And you're going to regret it. Because this is a shrine. This is a shrine to people. And it's actually a disgrace, because what it's saying is he's going, these people are injured. I don't care about these Australians. And yet they're his Australians because they took it and they're injured. They're not us. You know, we're planting them, but the stuff's not in our veins, you know.
No, we're still getting poisoned in other ways, but that's not the topic of the night, is it? We all know about that.
No.
We're all quite aware of what they're doing to us from every angle, guys. But the topic of the night is, we just have to stand up against this disinformation and misinformation bills, guys. So on our website, and Mick, I'm going to get you, I don't know if you can, but can you bring in the closed social? Can you get ready to share that maybe?
Yeah.
You're good enough to do that. If you asked me to do that on your show, I wouldn't know how to do it. But yeah,
So
I think you may have. So,
yeah.
And while we're doing that, guys, what I want to let you know is on our website, right, is Mel's worked most of the morning, all right, and got up the 73 Labor members and the 6 independents that have voted for this tyrannical bill. And she has their emails up there with them, with their names. All right. And we're going to run through a few of those names tonight. But yeah, we want you to go out and access that website, guys, or get this information and start the emails.
There's letter on there. All you have to do is copy the letter and paste it into your email, copy the emails and paste them into your email.
There you go. It's all there for you, right? If you want to change the letter, I'm sure it's editable. And yeah, you can go in and do that, guys. All right. But there's a letter up there for you. All the names are there. All right. We just need to do it. Okay. Simple as that. Okay. Just tried to sign up to close. Apparently my email address is already in use. I've never signed up. Yeah, well, they're probably giving this website heaps, guys. I got a 404 when I went to it the other day, not unfound.
We're getting that. Where they'd be really scared of it, I think, because what we're trying to do. So I built this when I was going around Australia with the first trip. We were so heavily shadow banned. I asked a website designer, a mate of mine, can we build our own Facebook? Is that possible? How do you do it? And I didn't think he could do it, but he got back to me and said, well, yeah, maybe we can. It's like Donald Trump's Truth Social. He used the same sort of software to build Closed Social. But then because Facebook backed off with the censoring, it just it got to about 5,000 users. But then because of the Facebook backed off, we stopped using it and it just sat there. I went back there recently and there's some people that are still there. They've been there for the whole time, and it was like finding Japanese soldiers lost on desert.
Lost in New Guinea.
Kill the bill. Are we killing the bill? The bill's.
That's funny. Been waiting for you to come back, Nick.
Yeah. I never took the booster. And what number are we up to? Like 8. And I'm just getting my computer slow. But so what we decided to do now was the disinformation bill's coming. Now they're going to take us all down. And let's be honest, Guru, we don't know how it works, but an algorithm could go through the Australian Facebook, Instagram, every social media platform, and probably in half a second take us all down in one go. We'd just be gone. Yep. And probably all our posts, everything just gone wiped. So I thought, well, the best way to do that then is we can't stop Facebook doing those things. Why don't we instead get everyone to come on Closed Social like an online epic? So when they come for Closed Social, because it's on its own server, the government has to approach us to take it down. And we could actually say, well, we're not doing it. And so it'll be a flashpoint. And I think that's better, stronger together. Even if you come on, you sign up and you don't do anything, that's fine as long as you're there and the call goes out there. And hopefully, if they go to take us down and they take down, say, 20,000, 30,000, who knows how many we could get on there, it becomes a real thorn in the side for the government. Really bad propaganda, because most of us will be grandmothers and other stuff like this. It's just all different shades of Australia sitting here going, we want freedom. This is a fought for free speech. We want it, and the government's going to have to take it down. And I think that it could be good. I don't want to use propaganda for us, but the sort of good propaganda where the senators and all the good senators could go, here they are, they're banning a community of Australians. Hopefully overseas can hear that. So it'll be a shame. So basically, it's like we're deciding where the battleground's going to be. Instead of waiting for them to come to us, to our little isolated things on social media, we actually build a fort and going, we're here. You know, we're still everywhere else, but we're here. Come and get us.
And that's it, guys. Just another place to go. You know, it's like Project Matilda. It's like Facebook. It's like any other platform out there, right? It's just another place to be sharing, getting people to. But that and Matilda will be two that have to be approached before anything happens. So they are sort of safe platforms, But let's have a look at it, guys. Get over there. We want to form a united front. That's what we want to do. Imagine if we had, shows going out with 50,000 people in the comments. You know what I mean? 100,000 people in the comment section all together. That's the idea, guys. We're trying to bring us all together. Hey, Dave, how you going? Dave Vella there. Few people coming in. It's good, guys. Nothing much else to do on a Saturday night, but get ripped off by the cabal in some way or another. You may as well be watching us. But there's plenty going on, Mick. I've seen all these people. I can't believe that we had actually 73 Labor ministers, Labor, all right, and what was it? 4 Greens, six Greens,
6 independents.
Independents.
Yeah.
Vote for this thing. I mean, what are these people not thinking about their kids' future, Mick? Are they not thinking about anything Australian? I mean, there's enough public out. Like the whole of Australia is kicking up against it. He works hard to get where he is.
I have to say it sounds like it, but I'm in Bendigo doing a speech, and I go into the caravan park office, and here's this old Aussie guy, and he's all for it. I'm bringing up, I'm here, and he goes looking at the bus, and he goes, and we're going to talk about disinformation bill. He goes, it might not be that bad. I'm going, what are you talking about, brother? You got a grandfather or a father that fought in any of the conflicts? He said, I had some uncles. I said, what'd they fight for? Huh? What did they fight for? He goes, it was all the bankers. I go, screw the bankers. What did your uncle, as a young guy, went to war? What was he going there trying to fight? And he's getting all awkward. And I said, it's freedom. He's fighting for freedom. We owe them a duty to what they've done. We owe our kids our freedom. And as Donald Trump said today, I'm just trying to get this thing to work. If Donald Trump said today, let's see, does that go up? I don't know if you can see it from there.
It is coming in, Mick. Oh, look at that. It hasn't come in yet. It's got a blank screen sitting in the studio.
Yeah, it's really slow for some reason. I don't know why. I've got Star.
Well, Facebook user instead of people's names too.
Yeah, we're getting Facebook user instead of names in there. So they're playing with us, Mick. They know this is going out, mate. They're not stupid. We put a show link out there. So
anyway, and he was, and I'm in Melbourne. In Melbourne, it's like no one gives a shit, and it really staggers you. You get online, everyone's going crazy, but person to person, they're like lobotomized Hindu cows. And you're just going, what's it going to take? Why don't you wrap your freedom of speech up in toilet paper? Then you might fight for it. And it's, to me, it's getting it out there now. So that's it. That's closed social. If you see down the side there, it's got a marketplace, groups, pages. This now it's only done. We've just thrown it together. Do not expect a highfalutin thing, a highfalutin platform. What it is, it's just like a rudimentary camp for a social media online camp for us to be in, so that when they come to shut it down, they shut down a community, and that I think will resonate more than if they just take out me and Dave. They take out me in the morning. A few people might go, oh, Michael's been taken down. Dave, the same. 1 or 2 days we're forgotten about. This, with a community of a lot of people, could resonate through the community because everyone's talking about it. We all got shut down.
And these are the sorts of things that we have to have, Mick. We got to start. We had a couple of million people in Canberra flow through that place over that period of time, guys. All right, definitely a couple of million. So, we picked up since then. So we know we've already done the statistics, like in those times. And we've got 5 million people out there. So we also know and should know, if we're awake, you know what I mean, that we've just had one hell of a win over in America, right, in the big bad apple, all right, the people that are actually destroying the world, all right, and it's not the American people, it's the American corporation, as we know, NATO and Mossad and Israel and everything else, not the Israeli people, but certainly Israel. All right. That's where Mossad is. Okay. We got to get it right. So, what we've had, guys, I think, is that these guys have come out on the front foot, Mick. I don't know whether you've been watching, but, as you know, I cover the international. Okay.
You see this?
Oh,
Daniel.
really?
Hi, Daniel. Daniel Lawson got restricted yesterday on Facebook for posting closed social link. So people have been sharing closed social on Facebook and immediately getting restrictions. So
they don't like the URL.
Facebook is aware of it already. So, yeah. But I'll tell you
look, as I was saying, we've had a big lead in here, guys. All right. And what we've had is they've come out of the blocks over there. All right. And we've got Pitesh Patel saying he's going to do this. And we've got JFK Jr. He's going for the fluoride in the water, the vaccines, the food poisoning. All right. We've got Elon supposed to be coming through and nailing Silicon Valley and all the overhand, all the above board, underboard, whatever you want to call it, bullshit that goes on there, all top heavy stuff. We got Flinney. He's going to be, ripping through the DOD and the MIC, so these guys have gone on the front foot. And what me and Mick were talking about the other days, we got to do the same, guys, all right? Because no one's coming to save you, okay? Nobody is coming to save you at the moment, all right? What we've got to do is earn our performance, which we've done over the 4 years. We've done it absolutely brilliant. And now what have we earned, guys? We've earned actually a position on the field. You are now in the game. We're out of a stadium, all right? We're not, there's no leaders, there's no captain, all right? We're just heading out onto the pitch now, and we're going for broke, guys. So we are on the field now. That's how I look at it in a sporting fixture, all right? We've been in the stadium listening to the crowd roar, all right? Well, guess what? We've just walked out, and America's given us the chance to actually walk out on the field. Now, what do you Australian, me and Mick are asking you the question, what do you Australian Freedom family want to do about that? We've just loaded up the website with all the senators and all the idiots that voted for this bill. We want you to go there, utilize it, and get emails out. But what do you people want to do? You've got a chat there. We want to know how we can actually get us all together, all right, make impact. And I think a good idea is actually exposing these senators to the whole of Australia, and I can get them to the world too, Mick, as we know, we can all get pretty big. Yeah. So we can get massive reach out there, guys. I think we need to expose these 73, and we need to do it one by one. I think we need to take one each from our towns, and we need to start researching on them. And we need to have a look at the skeletons in the closet. And when we find them, bring them to me, or do it yourself and expose them. If you don't want to do it, bring it to me and Mick. We'll do it. We don't care. That's what we're here for. So I think that's a great idea to actually not target, but certainly let's research the 73 and 6, all right, and see what they've got in the closet, guys, because normal people don't vote for this stuff. Why are they voting for it? Why?
And give
them, that's what I want to know. And you are the research team out there.
Yeah.
Go, Mick.
And one by putting the whole thing, I've seen things with all the faces, which is great. But I think individual faces with their individual names and email, this politician voted to censor Australians, and let everybody know. Because the one thing about politicians, what they're terrified of is losing office next term. So let's frighten them. Frighten them by putting them up. If they suddenly see their face and their name on Twitter, and there's like 1,000 people shares of something going, do not vote for this person next time, they will freak out. They will freak out. And it's...
Look, yep.
Let's break it down, though, what they're saying. Because so Albanese's... The thing is, they're going, we're going to keep 16-year-olds safe, I saw Tom Vogel do it, that more kids under 16 watch YouTube than anything else. So you're already removing their entertainment. They don't want to watch TV. They don't want to watch it. So they're watching YouTube. I know that when they do online games, they network and make friends from all over the world. And also, whether you like it or not, AI is here. And it's coming out now. What they're saying is a lot of jobs are going to be lost, but a lot of jobs are going to be created. But in order to get those jobs, you have to know AI. You have to be at the forefront of it. And our kids need to be allowed to go, kids learn. School's not going to teach you anything. By the time you finish school, everything you learn is redundant. Start learning AI. Start learning how to work with it. Can and in order to survive, because it's not going away. And so Albanese is basically using our children, and he's never given a shit about them. I mean, my kids now are old. They've had access to iPhones. They could access anything from an iPhone. There was nothing to stop them at all. Never cared about it. Now he's pretending to care, but what he really wants to do, Guru, is give you a digital ID. So he says, if you want to get on the internet, you need a digital ID. Then they've got a digital ID on you, a digital ID on all of us. Then they move to cashless and then social credit score system, and we're effed. So you are actually, it's a war now, and they're making you feel like it's a good thing, like they're protecting your children, but they're actually coming after you, and you know it. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, they are. They're coming for your children, but they're coming for you. You know, you're the only thing standing between the children and them, guys. Like Trump said, he's standing between them and us. You are standing between them and the children. All right. And that's what this is all about. We're well educated on this show. We don't have to tell you about what's going on out there, how many children go missing every year. All right. And the nefarious deeds that those children actually fall into. We've seen the southern border. We've seen Disneyland. We've seen Hollywood falling apart. Now we've got some of those Hollywood people that run away. Their houses are burning down, guys, over there. Well, I think we showed you that on the show last night. People here are resigning everywhere, guys. This shows us, right, that we are on the front. See, it's like this, all right? We chased them up the hill, Mick, all right? And we were chasing them up the hill. Well, guess what? The Trump win, what I see it as is that we've actually got to the top of the hill now. And now we can actually look over and see them starting to go, holy shit, they're all here. And they're going to run down the hill. And now we can actually go down the hill and start chasing them down there. And I think that's where we are as an Australian public. You know what I mean? We got to the top of the hill. We've had a look and they've gone, shit, the boys are here. Look out, Guru and Griffo. Like, fuck, And,
they must realize that they're really in trouble, because Trump did an amazing speech today about free speech. I shared that. And where he's literally going to go after anyone in America who censored Americans online. So Facebook, I reckon we might even get Cafe Locked Out, the major page back, because Facebook is going to be doing kiss ass to everyone to try not get the wrath of Trump. So the other thing that terrified me, though, you have to hear what Albanese said. So he was saying they're going to override an exemption. Basically, if you say to your 15-year-old or 14-year-old, yeah, you can watch YouTube, and they find out, they're going to override your exemption so you could get arrested. This was happening in America under Kamala Harris. People who were basically working 2 jobs to survive, if their kid didn't go to school, they were arresting those parents. It's so tough to survive over there. They're just arresting the poor and throwing them in jail. And I don't know what happened to their kids. I guess their kids go in state cares, like you said, then they vanish. And that's what they're going to do here. So, and at the same time too, Guru, as you know, if you've got a 14 or 15-year-old, there's nothing you can do to discipline them anymore. If you lay a hand on them or give them a smack, bang, they'll take the kid off you. If you ground them, that's coercion or something. There's nothing you can do. And so basically, they're trying to remove parental rights and trying to get the state to bring up the children. So this is a fight for your children. And basically, the universe or God, whatever you believe in, if you've got children, they're your duty to bring up. You might do a shit job, you might do a good job, but you're their number one carer on the planet until they're ready to leave. That's it. And now the government's trying to take that duty off you. And they've been doing it for a while. Remember, early on in COVID, if you were 12 years old, they were saying, 12-year-old, if they're found out to be a mature minor, they can get vaccinated and they don't even have to tell their parents. 12 years old. So that was an attack on the family unit. This is what's happening in your lifetime right now. You might feel like everything's fine. Everything's not fine. It's like tyranny rising by osmosis. But the real reality that we have to face is politicians don't make a decision that they think is going to lose them office. So the fact that so many people voted for this, they must have done a poll of their constituents and realized they're safe. They're safe. And so the question is, do Australians actually want tyranny? I know they say they don't, but if you're silent, silent is compliance. So if you're sitting there thinking you're going to ride it out and you're not going to be like me and Guru and fucking cop all the shit we cop, you're going to be silent. Well, you're actually agreeing to what the government's doing. And I think all through history, the USSR, China, all of these tyrannical states were created not by suppressing people violently, but by silent people just watching it happen and saying nothing until it was too late, you know? And that's where you're at now. It's time to fight for what's good about this country. And the greatest thing about it is that currently you have some freedoms. Do not give them up.
Look, that's right. And I think, guys, if you're going to look at these 73, you know, because when Mel was doing this morning and getting this stuff on the website, sorry, there's a car there, I was having a bit of a think, you know, and what we all know who the big problem is, right, in the back end of all these parliamentary structures, right? It's the lobbyists, guys. That's who pulls the strings. So what we need to do is find out which lobbyists are pulling the strings on these Labor, because this is where you're going to find the tag, all right? They're going to be getting paid to do this, guy. There's going to be some sort of backhander or some sort of payment, I would suspect, for these people to be doing what they're doing. Yes, to get their vote next time is yes, I agree. But these people know how much the Australian public is against this, all right? They understand. This is the voice revisited, mate, okay? And they know that we do not agree, all right? Yeah. So therefore, go and target the lobbyist guys, anyone and we need you to research into this. You guys have done a brilliant job. Well, I tell you what, you're in the grand final now and you're on the paddock. So I'm asking you to step up your game, all right? And I'm asking you to all go and take on one of these people, 73 and 6, all right? 6 independents, 73 Labor, and have a look at what lobbyists they're next to. Have a look at what's going on here, guys, and let's expose them. This is what we've got to do. This is why we're in so much mess, because lobbyists get in the back door and, tickle people under the crutch and go, it's okay, you know what I mean? I got, a good time and a whole party full of whatever you want. You know what I mean? Just do what we ask. This is how it works, guys. We all know it. So
you could even put out a congratulations to the politicians that stood against it, and put them up congratulations for standing up for Australian rights. So the politicians themselves see us basically applauding the good politicians and calling out the ones who are basically betraying us. And if I was listening to them speak, they are so self-righteous. They think we're idiots. They think we need to be protected from ourselves. That's their main flaw. Their arrogance is their undoing. And that's what happened in Biden and Kamala. They had an arrogance about the American people, and the everyday, ordinary American people just gave them their ass on a dinner plate. They killed them. It was the American people that basically got rid of Kamala and Biden and all the woke thing. It's really interesting now seeing it. Some of the funniest things is watching all the woke people losing their shit. It's Trump. Have you seen those videos where they're screaming?
I've been in their spaces, Mick. I've been in their spaces listening to them. Oh mate. Really? They're just like, I haven't, because I don't want to get trolled out, so I haven't moved my mouth. I've just sat in the bottom and listened, and it's just a comedy show. I remember the morning of the election that we, early that morning that had already, passed, and so our morning come in, and anyway, their morning was coming in, sorry, and I'm watching CNR or one of them programs, over there, and it was live. And mate, I'm telling the comments, I'm in there, I'm giving them the fucktard, you know what I mean? I'm like laying it on thick, so now long they're going to leave me in the chat. Everyone else was doing the same thing, and it was just open chat, mate. And but these people were just so ridiculous. I saw one clip of a guy, he's sitting in his car, right? And he's nearly, tears are just about coming down his eyes, and he's going, you know what? He says, when I come and I bring my kid to school, he said, there's just me and one other bloke, and he's always a scruffy looking bloke in a long sleeve tee, and he walks his kid to the gate and I walk my kid to the gate. And this is the day after the election. He says, but this morning, he said, Everybody walked their kids to the gate. He said, and they were crying and they were cuddling and they were saying, it's going to be all right. Don't worry. This is the mentality of the leftists, Mick.
Yeah.
They're actually consoling their kids as they drop them off at the schoolyard over that Trump's won the election. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
what are these poor kids?
It's like
these poor kids.
It's like his election, his win is like a gift that won't stop giving. Every time I see one of them doing it, it just makes me smile when they're having a breakdown. But the saddest one I saw was this girl. She's in hospital, and she's so concerned that Trump is going to take away her right to choose to have an abortion, that to make sure she can't have her right to have abortion taken away, she's had her tubes tied. And you're thinking, well, you've just taken your own right to have an abortion away. You're not going to have one now because so you've actually helped Trump. Not that I think Trump's got a bad abortions everywhere, but there's, it's nuts. And there's what we're seeing now is there's been a lot of mad people in charge of the planet for 4 years. Like you see that general or the one in charge of health in America looks like a woman, but it looks like a man. All this crazy stuff, and I think that's what's happening.
General Milley in the army there, mate. I think it's Milley.
General, I don't know their name.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me?
I know. It's just been, you just look at it and going, seriously, you're going to go down and tell Navy SEALs what to do, but I think that's all going to go, and common sense is going to come back. People are sick of it. Most people have healthy common sense, and the crazy ones have been in charge, and their time's over. The woke
I tell you what,
is collapsing.
What I'm watching on Spaces, Mick, right, on Twitter, is that we're becoming very, very cool, calm, and collected in our debating skills, all right? And these leftists are coming in here and they're going off their nut, right? And we're going, hey, brother, hang on, man. I feel for you. And we've got this laid back, you know what I mean? And we've done that on purpose because we started to argue with them, you know what I mean? And go, and the Spaces would just go to shit, you know what I mean? But now we're just letting them have their little rant. And if they're going too far, hit the mute button, you know what I mean? But it's a different debate now. Us here, our side of the argument is actually bringing the art of debate back into the conversation. And the leftists are actually going off their nut over it, mate, because they can't win it. They have nothing logical or reason within reason to talk about because we shoot them down over everything. So that's what we've got to remember too, guys, when we're out there in these spaces and that, and we're talking and we're backing ourselves up, be cool. Let these guys go off, all right, because they're trying to make out that we're like that, and then they're going to tape you, and then they're going to put it out to all the leftist crowd and that, and say, look how they act over there, look what they do. No. Let them go off their head. We stay cool as a cucumber. Why? Because we are winning the art of war in debate. We're winning the art of war, and if you have a look at what Trump's done here, all right, now a lot of people are going, Trump, Trump is Trump. No, he has gone in places where angels fear to tread. He done his capitulation tour, but then what he's done is he knew that he was up against the devil himself, like you and I both know, and both of the viewers on here. This is good against evil, guys, all right? So he knew that. So during the time that he was setting up to come in, with the military to ask him to do what he done, what he was doing in the background was he reached all sorts. He had to, all right, because they knew that this had to be too big to rig, that they were up against the evil Democrat Party, right? And everybody else involved, the deep state and that. So Trump has gone out and reached all corners of the world. He's gone with Israel. He's gone with Gaza. He's looked after Iran. He's said this, he's said that. But what he done was he got everybody and he showed unity to everybody. Now he copped shit on that. Yeah. But why he done it was the art of war, right? My enemy is my friend. Up until the final decision, thy enemy is thy friend. Yeah. And I think he's done an absolutely marvelous job to Sun Tzu his way right the way through this, right? And keep the enemies close, right? And then he went into power, and he went into power in a friggin' snake's pit, All right. But now he knows. Now he's got everybody sorted out. He's got his own people. We have the Brunson case sitting in the background. I don't know whether you know about that, Mick, but the Brunson case is.
I've heard of it. I think that's the case about where they're going to find out that the previous election was rigged,
and they can dump the whole of Congress.
Yeah.
All right. Under that law, right? So that's already been. Look, as far as I know I have a personal friend, okay, in America who's actually had tea with Lloyd Brunson, and Lloyd's under an NDA. But when asked the question, he said, I'm under an NDA. He smiled, he winked, and then he gave a big smile again. So we all believe that the Brunson case is in the background. Now, Trump said he had a secret weapon or a secret, we got a little secret out there. Is it the Brunson case is what I asked, because that would be the sledgehammer that could bring all of Congress down. So this is really exciting. But what I'm saying to you people is, let's take this as the example, guys. And I'm just trying to explain to you about why Trump's, had to go into places where maybe you guys are going, oh, he's a fucking Jew. He shouldn't have done that. No. What he had to do was build relationship everywhere. This is a world fight. All right. Yeah. And I take my hat off to how he's done it. He's no savior, right? God's the savior. All right. But he's the perfect marketing manager and has now got a marketing team around him, right, to sell the biggest thing in the world, guys, the friggin' truth. And that's what they seem to be doing. So happy days, Mick.
Anyone who calls Trump an idiot, I mean, I hear people calling Elon an idiot. These people aren't idiots. Trump's not an idiot. What he's done is absolutely, utterly unprecedented in how extraordinary it is. Not only did he win it first by himself, and just basically had everyone against him and won it. Then he won it a second time, which got stolen off him. And then he gets over that and he comes back and he wins it a third time and he wins everything. I mean, basically, but I think the moment where I just thought, no, I'm truly putting my faith in this man was literally a day or two after he'd been shot in the ear. And so when he stood up and he went, fight, 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 the one thing I noticed, and another commentator said this, no one ran away. Most people are cowards. You see there's somebody fires into a crowd, the crowd disperses. But Donald didn't buckle. Donald stood up and did fight, fight, fight. And even though people in the audience have been shot, they remained. And that's because he's not a politician. He's a leader. And people know that. They find strength from him. I find strength from him. So when he said fight, 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 I literally felt like he was saying it to me. Really filled up my hope tanks. I thought, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I agree with you. I think he's incredibly clever how he's gone in. But the next day after the shooting, they had a big gathering for him, and I was just watching his face. It was an expression I hadn't seen before, and I was thinking he realized something extraordinary happened. I mean, something saved his life that day. I don't believe that was faked. It's just too many moving parts to fake and get it right and just nick it. You know what I mean? I personally think there was a bit of divine intervention there. And we are all sinners. All of us are sinners. So every guy's not perfect. Of course he's not perfect. How can you get to 80 years old and be perfect? And if you are perfect, you're not going to be able to achieve anything because you haven't been through the wars. It's the wars in your life that and how you deal with the hardship and the pain of your life, the suffering, the failures, how you deal with it. It's how you get up. Is how you define and learn about yourself and get strengthened. Someone who's never done anything wrong is ultimately weak, Well, look at us. Here we are, two old bastards, me in a bus, you in a boat. And we've had 4 years of them throwing everything at us, and we're still here chatting away. It's just water off a duck's back. And now both of us smell victory. First time ever, we just got the whiffs of victory because of Trump and his team of extraordinary people. So I'm going with faith. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm going with faith that we're on the right side and we've had a major victory. Major victory.
Yeah. I think this is definitely biblical, and I think that's why certain plays have come into play. And I want to take you back, guys. Just remember, all right, look, the Australian public think Trump is a rapist and he should not be in office. That's generally what the mainstream media is putting out there. But just remember this: Moses was a murderer, David was an adulterer, Samson played with the occult, Rahab was a prostitute, and the list goes on, guys. Right? God never picked perfect people. All right, he picked people who had been on a journey that he knew could take the toll of what they were walking into. And I said to someone the other day, I've had some choices to make here, guys. All right. Now, I could have played it two ways. And luckily enough, I've played it the smart way, I believe, all the way. And I'm not saying I'm smart. What I've done is I have never knocked God back on anything. Right. That's from buying a boat to go and getting the boat, to living on the boat, to getting sorted out by God, to do, rah, rah, rah. So, I could have gone the long way around, and I could have done what Jonah done. And I could have gone, God could have said, right, Guru, go and do this. And I went, no, I'm not going to Nivea, mate. No, that ain't on. I'm heading down this way, I'm just going surfing for a while. God, see you later. Well, the moment I paddled out in the ocean, he'd just send a big whale and he'd pick me up, if you get the idea, right? And he'd give me a few days of darkness, and then he'd spit me out on the beach where he wanted me to be. So the message in that, guys, is you can go the long way around, all right, which is the hard way, or you can go the short way, which is truth. Where God tells you to do something, just do it. All right?
Yeah.
Because
I don't talk about this much, but for the last 4 years, since I had a prayer before the day of the shrine or on the morning of the shrine where I asked to have my fear removed because I was too frightened to stay, but I just was determined not to leave. So I did my first true prayer ever of asking him. I said, if you take my fear away, I'll fight for you. And ever since that day, I've just followed this voice in my heart. I just follow it. We're going to go back on the road, getting the bus fixed up a bit, and very soon we'll be back on the road, going town to town, interviewing people again. So we're going to have on the side of the bus, if you want to defend free speech, you've got to exercise free speech. So if you're brave enough to speak, we're brave enough to record it, and we'll spread those interviews out. The good thing is, though, sometimes we might find someone extraordinary, do a small interview, and then you can get in touch and go, can we do a longer one with him or her? You know what I mean? So we're finding content for all of our platforms. But to me, I've just got a feeling that's what I'm meant to do, and I feel a real peace inside that I'm doing it, and I feel blessed that I have something small to do in this war. I once you stand up, you can't sit down. And then this is it now. You're fighting, and your life, your dreams, other things, you'd like to think maybe that might happen. But in reality, we've got work to do, a lot of work. And there's evil all over the land. And the evil smiles like it cares for you. But people are seeing through it. People don't trust the politicians at all. I think Barnaby Joyce did the best speech. Where did you see his speech?
I did see a bit of his speech, Mick. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually said they don't like us because they're going to vote for us. They're going to obliterate you, not because they like us, but to get back at you. So we're going to win. You're going to be destroyed at the polls, and they are. To Labor out there, next election, you literally could have your entire party wiped off the mat. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping people are so angry that Labor is just destroyed, because you're not a party for the people anymore. You're a party for. I saw some woman saying, one of the politicians, I don't know who she is, where she was saying the W Economic Forum is saying that misinformation is the biggest threat. Yeah, the biggest threat to them, and she's voting for them over her constituents. It's astonishing. And so, yeah, I'm just like you, Guru. I'm just, I find it funny that we're in a bus and a boat. Maybe that should be a show. Bus.
Yeah. Should be, yeah. The bus and the boat with Guru
when I
and
saw the
Griffiths.
bus, I remember when I bought the bus, I just went, as soon as I saw it, I just had a feeling that's the bus. And there was a lot wrong with it, but I just got to work fixing it up. And now I can do a lot of the stuff. I've got some great mechanics, Bill and Colin, especially Bill, who helps me, but Colin's great too, and a few others. And I just go. I just get up in the morning. What have I got to do? And I just do it.
No, exactly, mate. And that's sort of what we have done. We've taken our role, Mick. I'm the same, mate. I just get up every day and do what I do. And look, that's put me in good stead. Where I don't know what's going to happen here in Australia. As I said to you guys, what I know is that we the people need to do it. All right. And what me and Mick are asking you tonight is, how are we going to do that? Okay. Can we start out with these 73 and 6, get them off the website, get the letter, get the emails going, and get some research done onto these people. Like I said to you, let's look at the lobbyists, guys, right? Let's look at who's paying them. All right, what we can find out in the background, all right? Because we need to expose them, and it's our duty to expose them. And you people are brilliant. How far we have come in the last 4 years, guys, 5 years is like unbelievable. We got the enemy on the ropes with dodgy knees, all right, and a couple more blows, and we can take them. But then blows have to hit home, right?
Yeah.
If we swing and miss, all right, they're going to recoup, all right? They're going to get their breath back. Okay, and this is how we got to look at it, guys. This is a fight for your life. It's a fight for your children's lives. So we got them on the ropes. We got them with wonky knees. Let's hit them. Let's hit them where it hurts. The 73 senators, expose them.
Yeah, and get them, get individual pictures of them. Start spreading them so we can share them. I don't have the time to cut out 75, but if someone's sitting at home and has the 75, and you want to sit there and chop them up, spread them out to the community. Get on Close Social. Put them on Close Social, and we'll spread it everywhere. Everywhere. We can even put traitor on it because Twitter won't take it down. Traitor, because that's what I believe it is. Anyone who votes to censor Australians is a traitor to what Australian stands for. Simple as that. Free speech is absolutely essential, and all their lies about how they want to protect us. The one thing I hate is safe. Got to keep Australians safe. No, you don't. Empty the bins, fix the roads, get the fuck out of our lives. That's it. It's basically F off. We do not need to be protected. We don't even need to be protected from opposing views. If someone comes up with some crazy idea, we can listen to it. I mean, we used to go to pubs. You'd hear old guys saying all crazy amount of stuff. We didn't crumble. You just go up and go, have a good night, mate. And then and then if you go,
and forgot about it.
You forgot about it, or you stayed with it. I used to have one mate. This is when I had a tram job. He was so funny, and he goes, "We're genetically genetically modified apes. The aliens came." And they wanted minors, so they genetically modified us. And behind him, when he said this one day, behind him was all these Vietnamese drivers, right? Now, these Vietnamese drivers, tram drivers, had come from the Vietnam War, basically soldiers in the Vietnam War on our side, come to Australia and got jobs as tram drivers straight away. These were tough guys. They didn't even know English, and they're working the tickets, not being able to speak English. These are tough guys. And he's sitting there going, I remember this today. This will sound a bit racist, but he said it just to show you. You got a group of guys, and he goes, we're genetically modified. And then they decided they got sick of modifying us, so they gave us the ability to breed. But they never modified the Asians, and that's why the Asians still look more like monkeys than us. And I'm going, Mark, you see those guys behind you? They can kill you with their finger, mate. They're like they're like the SEALs of the Vietnamese army. And these guys look over and go, fuck, Mark, he's off. They don't care. They didn't fall apart. They didn't get a thing. They just saw Mark, he's nuts. You know what I mean? And he was nuts, but he was our nut. That's what's important. We were aware that he was off the scale with his crazy ideas, and we just worked together. And so if you heard the trams, when we were in the staff room together, it'd be like 150 blokes. Everything would be racist. Everything would be swearing. You think we hated each other, but all of that was love, is how the men bonded. If they're calling each other names, it means they're really fond of each other. When they start calling you by your name, you know you're in trouble. And so men work differently, from this. And we didn't need to be protected. What they want to do is they say keep you safe, but what they really mean is they want to control you. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to control you. You've got cameras everywhere. Just take one day, just go for a drive, and just keep up with counting the amount of cameras they have filming us now. You won't be able to do it. They're everywhere. And who's monitoring them? Where's all this data going? It's here. It's here. It's coming for you.
Yeah.
You know.
No, they've certainly got the infrastructure ready to go. They just need to get the people to slide into their system, Mick, so they can start and whack out the control a bit harder. Exactly what they want to do. So we got an opportunity, guys. All right. And Mick, what do you know about that politician? Let's talk about him. The bloke from, where's he from? South Australia. We had on the show last night. I can't remember all this stuff. I've got too much going on. Can't want to use in the chat. Whack it in there. He seems like an all right guy. He's gone independent, mate.
What was his name, guys?
I mean, we're looking for someone that can sort of, spearhead something that we get going, Mick.
Yeah, that's right. We back the politicians who are supporting, who are against the censorship bill.
Broadband.
Is that Russell Broadband?
Yeah. What's he? He seems all right, that guy.
Yeah, he's from Sydney. He did the letter to Albanese about the DNA contamination in the jabs, and that led to Port Hedland Council. So they've been doing some amazing work there, but I don't know how it's going. I know Robin, who does the show with us, she's right on the ball with that. And so we're waiting for other councils to come on board. But basically what it is, Big Pharma was allowed to put DNA in the vaccines, but only a small amount. But it's called naked DNA. And I've just learned this, but anyway, but it's called naked DNA, and your body consumes it and destroys it pretty quickly. But what they did, say that's a lipid nanoparticle, they put the DNA in that. And then that lipid nanoparticle can get inside your cells, which vaccines have never been able to do. And once it's inside your cell, this little packet of DNA, which is the amount they're allowed to have, proliferates and suddenly becomes millions and billions and trillions. And that infects everything. And that's why, that's how they got past it. That's how they've poisoned you. So when you hear of these people, a doctor came up to talk to me at the bus today. She's from Townsville, and she saw the bus where we were parked, and she said they have people up there who have pneumonia for months, 4 or 5 months. But
it's
no
called
cough.
Walking pneumonia. Yeah, they got it. They've described it now as walking pneumonia, Mick. Seriously,
yeah, that's right. I've got a mate down here who has it too. So there's no cough, there's no phlegm, there's just constant sick. This is that. This other people I have, they got rashes constantly. This is that. This is the DNA. This is the contaminants. This is what, and the spike protein. This is what it is. Your body is attacking itself. They've literally destroyed your immune system. This woman was saying one of the best things you can do is get out in the sun, and she says the sun doesn't cause skin cancer. The melanomas, she believes, and I can't verify this, is just a doctor saying it to me, it's caused by the skin cancers and everything else they put in our system, where she says you need to be in the sun, and it can penetrate into your body, and that's how you can start healing. And she said some other things too. I don't want to say them on because I can't verify them.
Well, I can tell you a couple of things
about responsibility for your health now.
Yeah, you do.
That's it.
Right, vitamin D, guys. The reason you cannot, why would I be deficient in vitamin D when I put my blood tests out public, guys? I was deficient in vitamin D. I'm in the sun all day. It's because of the heavy metals in my body that were on the same graph when I put it out public. All right, and they stop the enzymes reacting with the sun to create the turnover of what you need to get the energy, the gates, into your body, right, and produce the vitamin D. So with a heavy metal buildup, it's like a layer in your skin that doesn't allow the sun to come through. So, look, the other thing was 5G. Look, I'm going to put it this way. Electromagnetic radiation poisoning, guys, is alive and well in your society. Okay? Alive and well. All right? This is what they're doing. You are 79% water or whatever it is. They have frequency, CAD frequency. I've spoken to you about this before. All right? So, we do have to get healthy. And why do we have to get healthy? Because we have a job to do, guys. We have 73 as we finish up the show. We got 73 Labor candidates, and we have 6 independents. That need to be
letters, terrify them. The more letters they get, the more they'll be going, what have I done? Now, I want to show you this. So this was made by Adrian Upthing. we use these on closed social now. So I'll tell Adrian to contact you. And
Yep.
so we're having a discussion. You want a question, you put this up. Also, if our audience has a member, it comes up like shit stirrer. But a guy, one of the fans of both shows actually, Robert, I don't know if he's watching, he made this. Shit stirrer. And look at the size of it, you know. I think we need to start an award ceremony. And at the same time, we're coming to the end of this year. And I think you've already won for the most viral video. But basically, to call out to people in our movement, think of it, guys. This is how we create community. Yes, we've got to do these things, but let's have some fun too. You know, who's had the most unique idea? Who's been the bravest? Who's been success? You know, basically, you know, maybe someone who's just woken up this year and has done something this year, basically getting it out. And it could be like an online, but it's, and Rob can make a few of these, but you win the Shitstirrer Award. You know what I mean? And there
Beautiful.
you are.
I love it.
And we start celebrating our courage. That's what we have to do. Because if you're out there now and you're still here and you're still listening to Guru and me, and maybe you're at Epic or even before, you are a veteran of this thing now. And for all the slings and arrows they've thrown at us, we're still here. We're still plugging away. We're still fighting. I remember Guru standing here now. This is how I remember him at the library car park. You know what I mean? And we had we were an extraordinary environment. I don't think Guru had been in an environment like that before. We had cops all around us, sending stuff with people on the roof, you know, doing, who knows what they were doing. They were like snipers. We had cops coming in like a friggin' army. We had people being pushed over, old men being beaten up and pepper sprayed. And never did I see Guru punch on with anyone. He kept it down. He kept it down. He kept it safe. I mean, he might have done it when I wasn't watching, but I didn't either. I was just out there.
Didn't. I wanted to.
Out there. I was just, me too. I was just out there with my phone, going up to people going, why are you here? What's your name? Why are you here? Yeah. You know, and everyone's going, I had to come. And that's how I started my journey, recording the history of what's happening here. And that's what I want to continue to do. And that's what I have been doing for the 4 years. And finding ideas that work. If you've got ideas, look, don't worry if you fail. Fail your way to success. The Vietnamese army had to fight the Japanese, the French, and then the American army, and they lost every battle, but they won the war. The side that doesn't quit wins, and we haven't shown any signs of quitting. And that's why they're coming up with the censorship bill. They want to remove us. They're so scared of us. They want to remove us from everything. So just in my leaving, please consider joining Closed Social, CLO.social. Like Facebook, it has all those things like that. It's completely free. But let's create a fort of freedom on the front line in our country now. It's like an online epic. And when they come for us, they're going to have to silence us all in one go. And that will affect them in the polls. That will affect them. People will remember. So, yeah. So I urge you to join that. We've got people joining it now as I'm watching it. And if you want something to do, we're setting up a Guardians page on there to look out for the trolls and other things that'll be coming there trying to destroy us. So if you'd like to participate in being one of the Guardians, because it's a fort, get in touch. Get in touch. Right now, we need volunteers. Guru would need volunteers for stuff. We need, all of our equipment is aging and failing, you know, and we've basically, both of us, and I'm betting it's the truth, both of us have done everything we've done on the whiff of freedom and the smell of an oily rag. It's amazing what you've done, Guru, that we're still here. Amazing.
Yeah, it's been a big journey. And like, as I say, you know, thank God for, you know, setting, you know, certain individuals up to be able to come on a journey with God. And that's what this is, guys. This is biblical, man. This is your journey. All right. And this is what, all I want to say to you tonight is make sure that you're in this team playing the position that the good Lord wanted you to play, because he brought you here, guys. So don't just go running all over the paddock. All right. Doing whatever you want to do. Let's keep it nice and uniformed, all right? Ask him what you're supposed to be doing. We stay on target, and I'm pleading with you guys, all right? And I know I don't have to, but I am. That's how much this means to me. Please, as we go into next week and over the weekend, get prepared. We need these 73 Labor people and these 6 independents. We need the lobbyist search. We need to find out what's going on, and we need to expose them. All right. And if you want to come to me, I'm happy to put it up on Twitter and we can get millions of views on them, because I tell you, we will, guys. You can have the credit for your clip, right? Tag your clip down in the corner, but we want short clips. All right. Just bang.
Reach out to the world. The whole world is watching us now, because they're doing exactly the same thing in Ireland right now, and they're trying to do it in Canada. So the whole world is watching, because if we fall, they're very concerned that they'll fall. But right now, the ones that are trying to silence us, they've got one big problem. An orange-haired man in America has just taken over America, and all the companies they want to use to silence us, he's going to be taking them on. They're going to be terrified. So I think they're going to listen to Trump before they listen to our prime minister. So we've got hope here, but it's time to fight. If they're coming after free speech, then exercise free speech. Get vocal everywhere, online, on Twitter. I just had an argument booking into the caravan park. Just have it. Just have it. I didn't get angry, but I'm just debating. But just debate. Spread the word, because you are on Team Humanity. We're fighting for what it means to be a human being. And God did not send us here to be slaves. And they're trying to enslave you. So fight. Fight.
Thanks, Mick. All right. Good night, folks. Great to have you here, Mick. And we'll do it again soon, mate. So it's, Guru and Griffo in the bus and the boat.
Too important.
Yeah, let's get on to it, guys. 73 names, 73 Labor, 6 independent. That is your task for the week. If you wish to accept it, you will do damage to the Australian Labor Party. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah.
Thanks, Griffo.
Take care, Guru. Take care, brother.
You too, man.
But if they want a voice, let's give them ours. We are young and proud. Let's come together and let's sing this song so damn loud. We're united, we're one nation. We don't want your globalization, your hidden agendas. We can see, don't try and change the lucky country.
We will rise to set the world on fire. Some souls are not for hire. No, you won't take me. We will rise like David to Goliath, to scream freedom or die. No, you won't take me alive. We will rise.
All we gotta do is not comply with things that don't make sense. All we've gotta do is not comply with things that don't make sense. All we've gotta do is not comply with things that don't make sense. All we've gotta do is not comply with things that don't make sense.